The relationship between philosophy and life is, a perennial subject of intellectual exploration, as it touches upon the very essence of human existence. Croatian artist Mateo Balaban, also known by his pseudonym Rain Bordo, encapsulates this relationship in his profound quote, "When philosophy ends, life begins." This statement highlights a pivotal juncture wherein abstract contemplation yields to the lived experience, suggesting that the pursuit of philosophical understanding must eventually give way to the reality of existence. This essay endeavors to analyze Balaban's quote within broader philosophical and artistic contexts, exploring the implications of this relationship, while illustrating how Balaban's oeuvre embodies a fusion of reflective thought and experiential depth. Philosophy, as a discipline, seeks to understand fundamental questions about reality, existence, ethics, and knowledge. It is grounded in rigorous inquiry and rational analysis, often leading to complex and abstract conclusions. While philosophy plays an essential role in shaping human thought and offering frameworks through which to interpret the world, it also has inherent limitations. The abstraction that characterizes philosophical discourse can sometimes distance individuals from the immediacy of lived experience. In conceptualizing Balaban's quote, one may infer a critique of excessive philosophical theorizing. When philosophical musings become excessively entangled in cerebral abstraction, they risk losing sight of the tangible, visceral aspects of life. This disconnection can lead to a paralysis of action. Individuals may become so mired in contemplation that they fail to engage meaningfully with the world around them. In this light, Balaban's assertion serves as a reminder to ground philosophical inquiry in the realities of human experience. In essence, philosophy must not be an end in itself, but rather a springboard for engaging with and living life fully. Balaban's quote also speaks to the transition from thought to action. Philosophy, while instrumental in framing questions and seeking profound truths, ultimately culminates in the necessity of action. Life is defined by experiences, and these experiences compel us to respond to the complexities of existence. The challenge lies in bridging the gap between philosophical understanding and practical engagement. For instance, an individual may grapple with ethical dilemmas through philosophical inquiry. However, it is in the act of making ethical choices that life is truly lived. This transition reflects a fundamental aspect of existential philosophy, which posits that individuals must take responsibility for their choices in a world that is often devoid of inherent meaning. Jean-Paul Sartre, a prominent existentialist, famously contended that existence precedes essence, implying that individuals must define themselves through their actions rather than through abstract concepts. In this sense, Balaban's assertion resonates strongly with existentialist thought, emphasizing that the act of living holds primacy over philosophical rumination. Mateo Balaban's artistic practice serves as a fascinating lens through which to explore the interplay between philosophy and life. As an artist, Balaban embodies the essence of lived experience, translating complex ideas and emotions into visual forms. His work often navigates the boundaries of personal and collective identities, reflecting a deep engagement with the human condition. In this endeavor, Balaban incorporates philosophical concepts while simultaneously grounding his art in the tangible experiences of life. Art, in many ways, represents a confluence of philosophical thought and lived experience. It offers a medium through which complex ideas can be communicated viscerally, allowing audiences to interact with and experience philosophical concepts in a physical and emotional context. Balaban's oeuvre exemplifies this dynamic. His art invites viewers to contemplate profound themes while simultaneously providing an experiential encounter that resonates on an emotional level. Moreover, the role of the artist can be seen as that of a mediator between the abstract and the concrete. Balaban's ability to convey complex philosophical ideas through his artistic work reinforces the notion that art can serve as a crucible for existential exploration. By manifesting philosophical concepts in visual forms, Balaban enables individuals to grapple with profound questions actively, thus illustrating that philosophy does not exist in a vacuum, but rather intersects with the realities of everyday life. The concept of lived experience is central to many philosophical traditions, particularly phenomenology. Edmund Husserl, a foundational figure in this field, posited that individuals must engage with their lived experiences to understand the essence of phenomena. This perspective aligns with Balaban's assertion that life, in its essence, begins once the confines of abstract philosophical discourse are transcended. Lived experience becomes the canvas upon which personal philosophies are painted, a series of moments infused with meaning, emotion, and substance. In this regard, individuals curate their own philosophies through the prism of their experiences. Each encounter, relationship, and moment of reflection contributes to the development of a personal worldview. The direct engagement with life's complexities provides rich material for philosophical contemplation, while abstraction without experience can render philosophical musing sterile. Balaban's quote thus underscores the importance of recognizing life's inherent richness as a foundation for philosophical inquiry, suggesting that the culmination of thought must be rooted in the vibrant tapestry of lived experience. The intersection of philosophy, art, and the human condition is a fertile ground for exploring Balaban's quote further. Through art, individuals can express their understanding of existence, weaving together threads of philosophy and personal experience. This creative outlet often acts as a powerful form of commentary on the human condition, articulating the nuances of existence that philosophical texts may struggle to convey. In Balaban's work, one can discern a tangible engagement with the complexities of life. His art invites contemplation, spurring dialogue about the very nature of existence. This dialogue transcends mere observation. It compels audiences to reflect on their own experiences and confront the philosophical questions that arise therein. The power of art lies in its ability to evoke emotional responses and prompt self-reflection, thus reinforcing the notion that life is enriched by both philosophy and artistic expression. Furthermore, Balaban's exploration of identity, belonging, and the human experience serves to illustrate the interconnectedness of philosophy and art. Each brushstroke, each image encapsulates a fragment of life, inviting viewers to contemplate their own realities. In this way, Balaban's work becomes a mirror reflecting the intricacies of existence, while simultaneously shedding light on the philosophical underpinnings that shape our understanding of life. Matteo Balaban's quote, "When philosophy ends, life begins," invites profound reflection on the intricate relationship between abstract thought and lived experience. His assertion serves as a poignant reminder that while philosophical inquiry is essential to our understanding of existence, it must ultimately yield to the richness of life itself. Through his artistic practice, Balaban exemplifies this dynamic, merging philosophy with the visceral realities of human experience. As individuals navigate the complexities of existence, they must recognize the importance of grounding their philosophical reflections in the immediate, tangible experiences of life. Philosophy, while illuminating, can become a double-edged sword if it leads to paralysis rather than action. In embracing the full spectrum of human experience, individuals cultivate their own philosophies, informed not only by abstract thought, but also by the vibrant tapestry of life. In essence, Balaban's quote encapsulates a transformative journey, a movement from contemplation to engagement, from theory to action. The interplay of philosophy and life underscores the richness of human existence, urging us to embrace the here and now, even as we grapple with the profound questions that define our shared human experience. In the labyrinth of human existence, the inquiry into one's identity remains profoundly significant. Matteo Balaban, who adopts the moniker Rain Bordo, encapsulates this tumultuous exploration of self in his poignant reflection. "If in front of anyone I give up on myself, who am I in solitude?" This quote serves as a compelling entry point into the broader discourse on self-worth, public persona, and the often dichotomous relationship between one's societal face and interior self. In this essay, we will dissect Balaban's assertion by examining the implications embedded within the concept of self-identity in social contexts, the enigma of solitude, and the necessity of resilience in understanding oneself. To appreciate the depth of Balaban's statement, we must first consider the societal constructs that shape our identities. Society, with its myriad pressures and expectations, is a relentless architect of our public persona. From an early age, individuals learn to navigate the intricate dance of social interactions, carefully crafting a version of themselves that is often palatable to others. This socialization is pivotal as it molds our understanding of self-worth. How we perceive ourselves can hinge precariously on external affirmations or criticisms. The idea that one might give up on oneself in the presence of others speaks volumes to the vulnerability embedded in our relationship with society. When Balaban articulates, "If in front of anyone I give up on myself," he unveils the fragility of self-esteem correlated with social validation. This is a visceral confrontation with the fear of rejection, a psychological barrier that can lead to a tragic capitulation of one's desires and ambitions if one perceives a threat to their acceptance. In this environment, where personal value is sometimes dictated by others' perceptions, the act of surrendering one's authentic self in social interactions not only diminishes individual spirit but also complicates the quest for self-understanding. Moreover, the alternative path suggested by Balaban, solitude, invites further contemplation. The interrogative plea, "Who am I in solitude?" unveils the profound isolation that often accompanies introspection. Solitude, while often viewed as a sanctuary for self-discovery, can simultaneously elicit a sense of existential dread. In the absence of external noise and validation, one is confronted with the raw essence of life, the self stripped of adornments, expectations, and the compulsion to perform. This intense encounter can lead to a myriad of revelations, some liberating, others profoundly disconcerting. For many, solitude acts as both a mirror and a magnifying glass, reflecting untapped depths of character while simultaneously exposing vulnerabilities long muffled by the clamor of interaction. The discomfort of facing oneself without the safety net of societal affirmation can be a daunting experience. However, it is within this abyss of self-reflection that true strength can emerge. For instance, individuals may discover passions or desires that have been overshadowed by social duties or familial expectations. Thus, Balaban's contemplation serves as a reminder that solitude is an essential space for cultivating authenticity. To illustrate this balancing act of surrendering one's authentic self while engaging in societal roles, we can draw parallels to the concept of performance in social psychology. Irving Goffman's notions of front and back stages in social interactions elucidate how individuals curate their behaviors depending on the context. In the front stage, people act in accordance with societal dictates, often donning masks that are not indicative of their true selves but rather serve societal expectations. Conversely, the backstage represents a realm where individuals can loosen societal constraints and express more of their genuine identities. This framework reveals that our performances are inescapably tied to our self-concept and the broader tapestry of human relations. The implications of Balaban's statement further extend into the realms of mental health and well-being. The tension between outward appearances and inner struggles often manifests in detrimental ways. The pressure to maintain a facade can be overwhelming, leading to aggravations of anxiety and depression, particularly amongst those who feel they must live up to standards that are not their own. Thus, the notion of giving up on oneself in social settings can serve as an allegory for the larger battle many face in maintaining a semblance of control within their lives. Ultimately, this contouring of identity is essential to understand. It illustrates that the journey towards self-acceptance necessitates confronting the harsh realities of disillusionment, self-doubt, and the repercussions of societal expectations. In acknowledging these internal struggles, one begins to grasp the greater significance of resilience. Resilience, in the context of Balaban's quote, becomes a critical factor in navigating both solitude and the collective social experience. Resilient individuals emerge fortified by their vulnerabilities. They learn that the act of not giving up on oneself, particularly when faced with the complexities of relationships, is vital to forging a robust identity. Cultivating resilience leads to empowerment, an understanding that solitude is not synonymous with loneliness, but rather a courageous confrontation with one's truth. Furthermore, nurturing resilience can enable individuals to cultivate empathy and deeper connections with others. As one grapples with their own identity struggles, they become acutely aware of the challenges faced by others traversing similar existential paths. This awareness fosters a sense of community, relying not on false pretenses, but rather on shared humanity. This bond can provide solace, Hence, the interplay between solitude and social existence becomes cyclic. One's personal journey impacts their interactions and vice versa, ultimately enriching the tapestry of human connectedness. In conclusion, Matteo Balaban's quote encapsulates an essential paradox of self-identity that resonates deeply within the human experience: the struggle between our public personas and our true selves, and the relentless quest for authenticity in a world fraught with external pressures. As we reflect on the implications of surrendering oneself in social settings, we are compelled to acknowledge the profound significance of solitude in our path towards self-discovery. This journey is not merely about navigating the dichotomy between loneliness and societal acceptance. It is fundamentally about recognizing the resilience that resides within us all. Through embracing our vulnerabilities and allowing ourselves the space for introspection, we unlock the potential for genuine connection, both with ourselves and those around us. Balaban's words remind us that the essence of our identity is intimately tied to our internal struggle and the courage to persist in understanding who we truly are, regardless of external validation. It is within this pursuit of authenticity that we can hope to find purpose and meaning in both solitude and in community.